Good afternoon. It's March 1st, 2023. And today, really, we just had a downward bias range day. Here are the overnights. And we broke lower, but we couldn't make the measured move of the midline. So perhaps... I won't even bother with that. But yeah, we couldn't make the measured move of the midline. Not a lot of trades, kind of like yesterday, but there are some aggressive ones that you might consider. Let's take a look at these. So I didn't even check to see if this was 5 o'clock. Oh yeah, so this is in the middle of the night, so you're not taking that. Let's see, 5 o'clock. So 5 o'clock comes in when you're going lower. Actually, right when this happened. So I was looking at this one earlier, and you might consider like going short right there. It kind of looks like a failure. It kind of looks like a second entry short, but it's not. So, and these all look like inside bars. So you're taking a risk. So you're taking a risk. But, I mean, a lot of people went short there, as you can see. So we get a break, move to a new low, and then it just starts going sideways. And perhaps you considered a second entry short. Looked like a range at this point. And a big problem here is that there's no room to that midline. So it is a second entry short, but we just went above the EMA too, so it's just a tough call there. And we just go sideways some more. We come up here, breakout. The breakout fails. Looks like it probably bounces off that midline and that opening price before going higher. When we get this leg up, close outside, move to a new high, and then we just go sideways. And I'm guessing this was a news item. And sells off real quick, test that opening price before bouncing, coming up here, and you get a second entry short and then a lower high. But I mean, prices are really choppy, so it's a lower high near the high, so it's a decent idea to go short there. It closes beneath the EMA, bearish signal bar, and you can see a lot of people like that. So you get this move down, break, and a move to a new low, and then it just goes sideways. And we're below the overnight lows at this point, and buying just comes back in. And if you took this as a reversal, it looks like you got an outside bar, so you would have been stopped out probably, assuming it broke higher than lower. But this isn't really a great reversal anyway. I mean, I like it to really shoot through the EMA, where here it kind of pulled back below the EMA. You get a double test right there. You could argue for that to be a double test, and it's a second entry short, room back to the EMA, so you might take that. It's just we're expecting the breakout to fail. And so you can see it makes one attempt to go lower, and then it fails, and the buying really comes in there. Get a break. Couple legs up to a new high. This kind of looks like a second entry, but it's not off the EMA. And we already have a new high, so you just got to be patient. Here we're going sideways. I had an interruption. I think I was talking about this being a trap because it's a double test. But it's a first, second, third entry, so you're in a downtrend, and you're in the channel still. So, so that's why you shouldn't be getting trapped there. But anyway, then we rocket down. No way to get in on that, unfortunately. Break, move to a new low, sideways stuff. This looks extremely similar to this. and then it reverses. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's a similar reversal pattern here, but here we just don't get a higher low. So maybe you take that on like a reversal pattern, or I mean on a repeat pattern. Anyway, we get a break, couple moves up to a new high, and then we get a second entry. But look at all this congestion. We just found resistance at the overnight lows, and we made a new high. But this, I mean, this looks good. It's a second entry long, and the breakout over here failed, so there's not a lot of evidence that we're going lower. The bias is down, so it's still green, but it's something you would probably want to consider. Come up, find this range, and we have a breakout to the low side here. Perhaps you take that. The higher low is going into it's pretty close to the highs, so I don't think you want to take that one. And the breakout to the high side fails, and then we just continue sideways. This is a second entry short, but I think you want to wait on the lower high, and that's just not a good setup. So then we start going trending down, and you get a second entry off the EMA. If you're playing a steeper channel at that point, then you'd be looking for a new low. So I like that. And then we continue lower, and you get a first entry, second entry. Doesn't quite break higher, but that looks like a second entry to me, and it's off the trend channel. So that's why I marked it green. Then we come up short, and that leads to the break. So we're expecting a new low, and this looks like a second entry short. So I marked it green because you can see it's technically a third entry, but that's a new low. It looks like a two-legged pullback. Very bearish signal bar. Come down here, you get a second entry again. But we have a new low in place, so it's tough. But we keep going lower, and then you get a second entry short, but it's just you're late in the trend at this point. Get a reversal pattern here, but look how congested that is. I should probably take that off. This just looks like a range, and that's all I saw today. I don't like any of this. Just very choppy and not a lot of good setups. Yeah, so that's how I saw it. Hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.